everyone, and welcome back to another Glossop line video. We probably should be quite quiet as it is 3:34 in the morning on the game. And yeah, we're doing a Class 66 freight service, which is a layer. I think this is a layer from Southeastern High Speed, although there are some freight services which also require Great Western Express, which I don't actually have on the Xbox. So we are missing a few freight services. And also noticed there's also a Class 20 layer as well. When I was on the PlayStation, had a look on there, and I see a Class 40 layer as well. But yeah, run the freight service. We're actually using the RHTT variant of the 66, which I personally think looks the best, as it's very, very weathered, which I suppose most freight trains you see do look very dirty, and they probably don't get cleaned often. So let's get this all set up. First off, let's get the brake timing changed to goods. Yeah, brake timing, select goods. Right, that's that sorted. We'll get the master key in, or the reverser handle. We'll get the systems on. There we go. And the DSD isolate. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's do that. We'll get the headlights on, which I suppose, well, already set to night running. We'll keep it as that. Instrument lights. Get them on as well. I've set this to the 21st of June. I did think it would be basically pitch black, but no, it's sort of that perfect time in the morning. I mean, Trainson, well, the skybox on here is beautiful. Or at least the lighting, it's really quite nice. Well, we're not going to be using any of that stuff. Let's start releasing the brakes. What does that say? Select the brakes to cut in. Oh, we can do that. I didn't think we'd have to do that on here, but we do. Okay, well, let's do it. Cut in. Oh, I don't think you actually had to do that. That's new. I've never had to do that before. How long is the train? 292 yards. Let me have a look on the World Wide Web. 292 yards to... is it feet? I think feet it does it in. No, it's not. Oh, square yards. No, not that. 80... is it on here? Hang on. Enter. You can somehow do it. Hold on. We'll do it. We'll do it. Home. It is in feet. So that is 80... no, not... oh, what's it? Not 29 yards. 297 yards. 891 foot. Thanks, Google. 891. Hold on. So we got... oh, is it fidgety? 8, 9, 1. And then we'll then enter that to save that. Worth it. It's very, very good to do, especially if you're playing HUDless as well. Cool. It's just sort of when you go past the speed board, you click that button and it will then count. Oh, really is making us do everything. Most of the time you don't have to do any of this, so that's cool to see. Yeah, a lot of that you don't have to do usually. So I suppose they've tweaked that, so you actually do have to do something. We don't want to be going that way. That's where we want to be going. Here we go. Let's try not to wake up anyone. But just a little sneaky horn. Ready? Just that. But look at that though. Look at the pinky sky. Something Trainson 3 does really, really well is the sky, the colours, the lighting of it. It's really nice. I mean, if you compare it to Trainson World 2, it's like a world's different. So a fully loaded train, and we're quite a long train as well. Looks like we're sort of on the through platforms of Manchester Piccadilly. This one's come up from Small Heath, wherever that is. Must be quite peaceful though, driving a train at this time in the morning. With a freight operating company, just no one else about. Just just you basically, maybe the odd freight train every now and again. Must be very peaceful. Probably green lights most of the way as well. Although in the winter, probably quite the opposite. But yeah, in summer, when it's like this, this must be great. I don't know, have we got any real freight train drivers watching? Do you like the winter months? And do you like doing, well, this, basically, a nice warm summer's morning, or really early morning, summer's morning. I imagine it must be quite pleasant. Just you and not really any other train about. Get a screenshot of that. I always worry it's going to share it, because I'm recording this before release. And it says like shared Xbox network, but I think that's just sort of my own personal network. So I think we're all good. As we're coming across, we're going to Hyde North on this one. So we're going quite a way. It said about 15 minutes, but it's already been 6, although we were sort of fannying about a little bit of the distance thing up there and all the brakes and stuff. Oh, there's a heavy load. We weigh 1,787 tons, which for a UK freight train, I suppose that's a fair amount. And we're fully loaded as well. It's quite a long train as well. Not as long as I'm sure if we've got someone from the US watching, they're probably laughing at how small this train is and how it's. Well, we're not even in full throttle at the moment. You're probably laughing at how short it is. And me saying it's a long train. It is for the UK. Well, I was saying that some freight trains can be pretty long, especially those sort of container ones. They're usually quite long. Love the sound of 66. Uses Armstrong Powerhouse Class 66 sounds. So it sounds very nice. You've got the Hardwick Depot there, just one train in there. Oh no, 2, there's another one there. Probably another couple then as well. I think that's the main place where the 323, or some of the 323s are stored there. In the Hardwick Depot. And it's a 1 in 173 gradient at the moment. I wonder if you can use the fuel thing. Oh no, there's no fuel things here. Oh, hello. No, I was going to see if there's any sort of fuel lines anywhere which you can use. But doesn't seem like it. What a lovely time to be driving a train, though. I mean, I'm sure it would probably, really struggle to get up at. I mean, if you left wherever Small Heath is, let's say, you're probably up at about 1 AM. Which doesn't sound as nice, does it? I suppose once you're on the go, must be quite nice. A little cup of tea and the drinks holder. Where is the drinks holder on this one? There. Let's get a flyby shot going through Ashbury's. Which the first service of the day is at 5:36. So still in about 2 hours. I mean, look at that. It looks great. I think they actually have added new. Well, not. I think it was in another update, but it does sound like the just sort of sound of the wagons going past is a little bit different. I think that was probably in a previous update. But I would be lying if we were saying we were struggling up here. Or if I was lying if I said we weren't struggling up here. So 1 in 173 gradient, and we're struggling to get over 31 miles per hour. We're a fully laden train. But the 66 can do it, I believe in it. I did say 15 minutes. Well, that's been 10 minutes. So again, it won't be the longest of videos. But then, just the nature of the service, it doesn't take that long. But it's something new, something shiny, exciting. So we're giving it a go. We'll get there. Fun one to do though. Let's look at the sort of the sun, sort of that reddy orange colour. Saying this, yeah, as I said, this game does really well. I suppose Unreal Engine as a whole, Unreal Engine, which the game, I think this is Unreal Engine 4.29. Yeah, so the general sky on Unreal Engine games usually is pretty good, but especially on TSW. Yeah, DSD, we're still here, we're still awake. As we go through Gorton and Fairford next. Look at that. Don't want to wake up anyone. Oh, well, we could do the horn again, give him a couple of tones at 3:45 in the morning. I've set this to the 21st of June, so this would be a Wednesday. So yeah, people probably wouldn't be particularly happy about me waking them up at this time. Three miles. Yes, it's all good. We're here. Probably should move the throttle a little bit. It doesn't keep setting off the DSD. I suppose it would keep you awake though, which probably would be good at this time in the morning. Yeah, we are. In fact, we're losing speed, I think. We were going about 31, now we're going about 27. And we might even get stuck. I mean, hopefully we don't get stuck, but I mean, it is quite steep. And it's 1 in 100. Now, a fully loaded train. This is a good service. This is a really good service, actually. So we battle up the gradient, waking up everyone as we go along with the loud engine. 1 in 133 now, so hopefully that will 1 in 133. So it should be slightly better on the locomotive. I'm glad I did this service. I was sort of under an hour doing this one as it was so early. I thought it would be dark, but luckily it's sort of just as the sun's coming up. As I think there's also a special passenger service possibly on this, as a sort of a rail tour, 1 Zulu head code, which I think is about, I think it was 1700 in the evening. But that just takes you from Ashbury's to Guide Bridge. So not as sort of much. Probably with some Mark IIs behind. Come on train, you can do it. 1 in 365 now. Under the brilliant. What is actually above? It must be a motorway. Just a really weird. Yeah, it's a motorway. Just a very weird bit of Well, I suppose the OHLE is just very weird under there. One M364, so it's slightly flatter now, not by a lot. Thought I could notice the FPS dropping there a bit. What's that all about? Well, I mean, it's still above 30. But this is the Xbox Series X, which I would say does actually run Train Sim well, just ever so much slightly better than the PlayStation 5. Now, I'm not one for console, wars, or PlayStation 5 is better than Xbox Series X and vice versa. But I do think, especially from playing the Dovetail bar, the Xbox Series X does run it just a smidge better than PlayStation 5. Especially when you're going through those sort of really foresty, vegetated areas on Dovetail bar, and the Xbox seems to run it slightly better than on the PlayStation. And there's Guide Bridge. So we're going a bit further along to Hyde North. That's 1 in 170 again. Yeah, again, we're now on a bit of a gradient, or quite a bit of a gradient. And yeah, this is service 6 Hotel 63. I recommend it. This has been good. And quite cool as well, the way you actually sort of have to set it up quite a bit, even sort of cut in the brakes, which is something I don't think I've ever had to do on any other Class 66 services. It's sort of, I suppose, one of those things in the which it makes you do in the tutorial, which you then don't ever end up doing. So it's good that on this service it sort of utilises, well, doing that, cutting in the brakes, putting on all of these switches here, which you actually used to have to do. I think on the Great Western Express one you turn on all of the switches down here, but I think on the South Eastern one I don't think you have to. It's sort of just all set up, ready to go. There's a 1 in 77 now. That's really steep, especially for a freight train with, was it almost 2,000 tons? Yeah, you can see the speed's dropping quite considerably there. There you go, 1 in 93 again, but that bit was really steep. Right, let's start popping that down. As we approach Hyde North Station. And I think you've got a mix of LED signals and the old sort of bulb signals as well on this route. And I was also about to say semaphores as well, but no, there's no semaphores. So I was playing the Wherry lines earlier on Train Sim Classic, where you've got semaphore and sort of the old bulb signals. Right, across we go. Yeah, that was a fun service to conduct. Recommend that one. That's good fun. And this is Hyde North, so just round the corner there you've then got Flowery Field. I don't know where this bit would continue to. Where's this going? Hinlow. Maybe it goes somewhere there. And there's even a freight service which sort of links with another Train Sim World route. There's a freight service on this route which is then bound for Peak Forest sidings, which is in the game on the Peak Forest route, which is set in the 60s. So it's just sort of quite cool to see, a modern freight train go in there after playing it. The old Steam version. Well, that was brilliant. That was a really, really good service, and hopefully everyone did enjoy that. That was quite a challenge. Well, not that much of a challenge, but the 66 was proper sort of going for it. And a 1 in 77 gradient as well on there, so there's quite a bit. Quite a few little grades on there. I don't know what we're waiting for, but we're going to end there. But hopefully everyone has enjoyed it. Links can be found in the usual places. Discord, oh there you go, Discord, PayPal, merch store. That was 6.4 miles and took about 20 minutes. Apart from that, thanks all for coming in. Have a lovely rest of your evening, and hopefully, well, evening, day, and I hope to see you in the next one. See you all. Take care. Bye, guys.